I have some awesome 90s goodness for you today in a Todd McFarlane Spawn Deluxe Edition Ultra action figure. So it's not just deluxe, but they're ultra. This is Violator 2 from McFarlane Toys from 1996. And surely, if you were alive in the mid 90s, and well, I guess, maybe if not you were a baby, but if you were a teenager like I was, you knew about Spawn. And Spawn was very popular. The comic sold bajillion copies, and it was pretty cool. It was very 90s. Still around today. I mean, kudos to Todd McFarlane, still making comics and toys and things like that, and really changed the game. So I definitely have a newfound appreciation for Todd McFarlane and McFarlane Toys and Image Comics and things like that, which, I was into it as a kid. I mean, certainly as a 12, 13-year-old kid, when all this stuff was just booming, I ate it up. But then, you kind of realize, like, hey, big old robot demon guy is kind of weird, but have come to appreciate the creativity and the level of detail of these figures. I mean, it's got a big old chomping arm. Chomping jaw. It has some cybernetic arm. Has a non-cybernetic arm. This knife tail thing that doesn't look like it actually moves. Some horns, some legs. So really, these were meant to go on your shelf. These weren't really meant to be played with per se. But like, I don't even know if this would actually stand up. It shows them on the box standing. There, I guess you gotta have the arms sort of bracing him. Like so. And these are figures where they made a bajillion. They just made a lot of Spawn figures. And Image, you see here, we got Wetworks and Youngblood and things like that. So they just made a ton. People were just gobbling these up. I mean, they had these at comic book stores. They had these at Toys R Us, KB. I don't know if I really saw these at Kmart, places like that, but definitely Toys R Us for sure. So people were gobbling these up, just like anything from the mid-90s, comics, toys, baseball cards, Pogs, Pokemon, Beanie Baby, whatever was kind of the big thing. People thought they were going to stash them away and retire, but that's certainly not the case, because they made a ton of them and there was not a whole lot of demand anymore. So let's see here. Fully articulated posable action figure with new cyber parts. Arms pivot at elbows and shoulder. Legs pivot at hips and knees. Jaw moves up and down. So pretty straightforward. I think we already figured that out. So yeah, this is pretty cool. He's got some cool, weird stuff going on here. It says Violator is Spawn's most feared enemy. He is determined to make Spawn turn from the side of good to that of evil, as requested by his master Malabologia. Now fitted with cybernetic attachments, Violator has become a quicker, leaner, and more efficient killing machine. So I guess maybe he got his butt kicked by Spawn and he got rebuilt with these cybernetic robot parts. Let's see, is that supposed to have been right there? I feel like that's going to break. That was one kind of bad thing about a lot of the McFarlane figures, is they had a tendency to break. There we go. They had a tendency to break, sometimes like right out of the package. So, sitting in a package for 23 years, possibly sitting in the sun doesn't really do a whole lot for its durability. But this one seems to be moving around okay, but yeah, kind of hard to do anything with. He kind of squats like he's got to go potty. So I guess there we go. So pretty cool. I think these ones definitely have stood the test of time compared to a lot of the toys that were being made in the mid 90s. These are still kind of cool and kind of weird. I don't know how popular they are. You can find them for pretty cheap. A lot of times I find them for $5, but I know that Max and that Cygor, those go for a little bit more. Can't really say for the rest of them, but You know, I got this for deal. I couldn't pass it up. You know, 1996 Spawn Violator 2 with cybernetic parts. So, I hope you enjoyed the video, and as always, open your toys and play with them and have fun.